This is Watergate on steroids. Remember the Nixon scandal? It was about a third-rate burglary. This is a deep state political hit job now spying on an opposition party campaign, FBI spies during an election, and it gets worse. The deep state isn't even trying to hide it, and what they did, they're now bragging about it. The former Obama Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, is actually saying spying on the Trump campaign was a good thing. Has he ever heard of the Constitution? We're going to unpack all of these stunning new details tonight. Now, it will make you question how this could ever happen in the United States of America. And also tonight, a deep state source smear. This is pretty unreal. Liberal, media, anonymous government sources falsely accusing the president and Republicans and conservatives of actually endangering the life of an FBI informant. You know, the one that was spying for the FBI on the Trump campaign. Do they have a warrant? It's also revealing critical information about who this person really is. And tonight, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, he is now telling the special counsel, wrap up this corrupt investigation. Now, also tonight, we have sad news out of Texas. The president reacting to yet another tragic school shooting. We will explain why it is time for this country to get serious when it comes to protecting our precious children. There is an answer. We'll explain the solution. We have that and more in tonight's important breaking news opening monologue. All right, major developments again tonight on the deep state spying on the Trump campaign. James Clapper, Barack Obama's former director of national intelligence, is actually today saying it was a good thing that the Trump campaign had a spy for the FBI in their campaign during an election. I can't believe it. Watch it.
They may have had someone who was talking to them in the campaign. But, you know, the focus here, and as it was with the intelligence community, is not on the campaign per se, but what the Russians were doing to try to instantiate themselves in the campaign or to influence or leverage it. So if there was someone that was observing that sort of thing, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, where was the spy in the Hillary campaign where she did pay for Russian lies? Clapper's so pompous, so arrogant, this is so illegal, he's actually bragging about surveilling an opposition party during a presidential election year. If that's the case, this is not America. We don't have a constitution. This is something you'd expect from the former Soviet Union, Venezuela. Then again, you got Clapper's buddy, John Brennan, who's also up to his eyeballs in this scandal, probably knows a lot about it since, remember, he's the guy that voted for a communist for president. Last night, we had the great one, Mark Levin, reacting to all of this. His analysis, dead spot on. Take a look.
We have a cabal of FBI agents who took it upon themselves to investigate a candidate and his campaign. And then we have, of course, actual spies, one or more, in the Trump campaign. What the hell is this? The Soviet Union? Venezuela? It's the United States of America. I want to know what Brennan did. I want to know what Clapper did. I want to know what Comey did. Not because I'm going to punish them. You'll make determinations about
Susan
this.
Rice.
But something is terribly wrong. We need to fix this. We cannot have another election where the federal government, our United States government, is interfering with an election.
The great one's right. We've been right. Everyone on this program has been right. We need to fix it because this is about the Constitution of the United States, and it's literally hanging in the balance at this hour. You have unelected deep state actors shredding our Fourth Amendment rights, your right to privacy, protection against unreasonable search and seizure. This is, as I've been telling you, one of the darkest chapters in American history. The Trump campaign is targeted because people like Clapper, Brennan, Comey, and others, they think that they knew better than you did, the American people, about who should be the president. They've weaponized the powerful tools of intelligence, turned it on us, and they are now politicizing differences, political differences. And by the way, Clapper, since you're so concerned about Russian influence in the election, did you have a spy in the Clinton campaign? Now, we know for a fact her campaign was colluding, had a foreign agent, Christopher Steele, paying for Russian lies and propaganda to lie to the American people. And Clinton and the DNC, remember, they paid over, what, $12 million for the Russian dossier full of Russian lies. Where's the FBI? Where's the CIA? Where are the spies? Of course, there weren't any. Instead of investigating it, well, they used former spy Christopher Steele, who they fired, as a trusted source, and they used false, completely unverified, never corroborated, a dossier he put together to get a warrant and then spy on the Trump campaign, never tell the judges she paid for it, and in the process, lying to FISA court judges on 4 separate occasions, never revealing Hillary paid for all this. This is the biggest abuse of power corruption scandal we have seen in the history of this country. Talk about Watergate. This is Watergate on steroids and human growth hormone. Watergate, what, a third-rate break-in that eventually forced a president to resign? You may remember this.
To continue to fight through the months ahead for my personal vindication would almost totally absorb the time and attention of both the President and the Congress in a period when our entire focus should be on the great issues of peace abroad and prosperity without inflation at home. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
What is playing out right now is nothing compared to Watergate.